Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well today. My name is David Vance and welcome to this video. I'm going to explain what hyperacusis is and compare it to other major chronic illnesses as well as pain hyperacusis and tinnitus. First off, the definition of hyperacusis is an increased sensitivity to sound and low tolerance for environmental noise. So what the normal person could think is normal for their hearing is not normal for myself and other people who have hyperacusis. 1 in 50,000 people have this condition. For me personally, I have had this condition for 4 years. In 2017, late 2017, I developed lymphoma cancer and I did chemotherapy and radiation. Following my radiation treatment, about 2 weeks after, I started to notice that I had ringing in my ears. Now, I had ringing in my ears before when I was on stage in the clubs performing what I did best over drum and bass. Coming out of the club, 3 in the morning, my ears are ringing from the loudspeakers. And I would go to bed and wake up and it would be gone. But this time it was not going away. I couldn't explain it. I don't believe it was a coincidence that I just had these treatments and now I have this ringing in my ears. My oncologist told me I would experience side effects during the treatment, after the treatment, and even years down the road. I would experience different side effects possibly. Everybody's body chemistry and pathology is different. So that was a hard thing to deal with. I saw my family doctor. We Googled and hyperacusis came up. He had no idea what it was. I did my own research, found Facebook groups and forums to chat with other people who had the condition. I went back to work 3 months after lymphoma treatments. The sensitivity to sounds started getting worse. To be honest, I thought it was just ear infections coming and going, but I would keep getting checked by my family doctor and ears, nose, and throat specialist, and there was nothing there. Nobody could explain what was going on. Only Google could, and other people who were going through this hyperacusis. And so it was a hard thing to take in. 6 months after my treatments, I visited a walk-in doctor, and this doctor assessed me very thoroughly, and he looked at my jaw. And before my treatments for lymphoma, I had to remove a couple of teeth on my left side and the back. And so he said that my jaw could be misaligned and the infrastructure and the whole area can get messed up and lead into the inner ear and cause hearing problems. So he suggested that I go see a jaw doctor for temporomandibular joint disorder. I found a doctor. I went and saw him. It took 2 months. Finally got in. I told him my story about the stresses through lymphoma, my music days, working in restaurants, you name it. I told him everything. And he put me on a medication, and this medication wiped out everything. For 2 weeks, I was able to go out to social events, no problems, and I was feeling a lot better. But after 2 weeks, the symptoms started getting worse. Now, with this condition, it is very hard. To be honest, I would rather lose my arms. I would rather lose my legs. Because if I lose my legs, I can wheelchair down the street and not have to worry about the dog barking, the baby crying, the jackhammer, the chainsaw, any type of construction noise, or the revved up car engine beaming down the street that's gonna cause pain to my ears. I would rather lose my teeth because with dentures, I can walk around with new teeth. Now, in detailed form, what it feels like for me personally is I get hot knives stabbing into both of my ears and hot lava, it feels like, coming out of them, following. So you could only imagine what I am going through, and others who have this condition are also going through. I'm on a benzodiazepine right now, which calms the nerves. A doctor in Belgium put me on it, and it did help for a while. And then the symptoms started getting worse. I am coming off of the medication now, and it tweaks with the central nervous system, and all kinds of different side effects can happen. And sensitivity to noise gets worse, tinnitus gets worse, the pain hyperacusis gets worse, the hot lava feeling gets worse. So it's hard. I have tried antidepressants. My body cannot tolerate them. I cannot get through the side effects, the initial side effects, before the medication takes place. So my doctors are throwing their hands in the air. Psychiatrists, neurotologists, ears, nose, and throat specialists, and my family doctor. They don't know what to do anymore, especially doctors across the world in Belgium. They don't know because everybody's chemistry and everybody's pathology is different. So I'm left here clueless and I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I'm a burden on my family. I have two amazing nieces and a wonderful nephew and sister who I love dearly. I talk to them on FaceTime a lot, and I need to have that social connection. Another piece that I would like to touch on is meeting other people while having hyperacusis. It's easy for people who have normal hearing to go out and socialize and to meet other folks. But with people who have hyperacusis, in my opinion, the ideal situation would be to live with somebody or have friends that have the condition because we understand each other. Now, the problem with that is the condition is so rare that we are all spread all across the globe. And the people that actually do live kind of close together, their hyperacusis is severe and they can't move from one place to another because it's so painful. People have been telling me to go out and socialize, saying, David, this hyperacusis is in your head. They believe it's a physical condition, but the mind is able to teach the body and the soul different things. And this is for the normal person or somebody who has a different chronic illness other than hyperacusis, perhaps. I've tried this tact. I have tried to tell myself over and over. I repeat the mantra in my head, David, you don't have hyperacusis. David, you don't have hyperacusis. And I try to go out into the real world and meet other people. It just doesn't work. It's a physical condition, and I've tried everything to the best of my abilities to socialize with other people. Now, meeting normal people with normal hearing while having hyperacusis, it's hard to find people to accept the condition in terms of friendship, in terms of a companion. And while the person is sick with hyperacusis, their energy is solely focused on healing. And it's hard to even build up the right energy to be able to make such a thing happen. From this condition, I am a recluse. I sit in my apartment, I live by myself, an hour away from my family and from my friends, because I could not bear to live in Toronto, Canada, which is the loudest city in Canada other than Vancouver. So I moved an hour away, and to not be around my family, to not be around my friends is very difficult to deal with. I don't have things in common with the people who I used to hang around with anymore because we don't do the same things. We don't go to social gatherings, we don't go to clubs, we don't go to restaurants together. I get invited to these things, but unfortunately, with my hearing and sensitivity to sound, when I go out to these places, even with earplugs on, with headphones on, it's still bothersome. And over the years, it's only escalated. And it's starting to take a massive toll on me. I feel like I need assisted help now because my dishes have been sitting for 3 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, half of them. I'll wash one dish a day, two dishes a day maybe, just to feel like a normal person again. So I feel like the modality that somebody needs for this condition when it gets severe, like mine is to have some assisted help around from either family or friends, government assisted help, personal care workers, anybody to help around to do these everyday essential things such as cooking and cleaning because I cook and when I'm stirring my pot, it bothers my ears. Washing the dishes does. The sizzle from the frying pan, it bothers my ears. Turning pages, even the sound of my pen touching the paper hurts my ears. Cleaning, mopping, sweeping, everyday essential things that would not bother the regular, normal hearing person bothers me exceedingly. And it's hard to go into. People have taken their lives from this disease. The suicide risk is up there, and we need to take action now. And it can go from mild to severe to very severe. I know people who can't not even talk because they can't bear the sound of their own voice, and it causes so much pain to their ears. They have to wear earplugs 24/7. I do. I wear earplugs 24/7 because any noise that comes in, it hurts. Like I had explained before, the symptoms that happen to me when sound enters through my head and my ears. So you can only imagine what it does to people who have it very severe and they need this assisted help, loving compassion. These are all the things needed in order to survive hyperacusis. When it gets to that level, we need help and we need the word to get out there. And that is one of the reasons why we are making this video, because people need to know. If you have this condition, you are not alone. I promise you. We talk online. We try to find different treatment modalities. We help each other. We lift each other up. Find us online through Facebook groups. Just Google in hyperacusis. And there's lots of people who have this condition. Not a whole ton of people because it's so rare. And we help each other to stay alive. We live one day at a time, sometimes 1 second at a time. It's hard to deal with. Like I explained before, lymphoma was a hard battle. I was able to go to social gatherings though. I was able to go out with friends, hang out with family, go to family functions. But with hyperacusis, I cannot do these things. I just had my father pass away 4 months ago. And to get through the preparation and the funeral service was very hard to deal with. I had to high dose on my benzodiazepine to prepare with my sister to do this and to get through the service, to prepare my speech, to do everything, to get through all the festivities through the day, the after party at the restaurant and everything. The pain that I was experiencing that day was like lightning and thunder going through me. But I put a smile on my face and I did it. But now I feel like it's hard to even go to the corner store. It's hard to go and pick up my earplugs. I went and did that today. And the amount of pain from the cars, from the construction along the way, it hurt me so much. I cannot even explain to you how much it hurts. I'm getting really emotional now, don't mind me. But this condition is very severe. Lymphoma was very hard to deal with, but cancer is a big thing. Hyperacusis affects you on the daily. I am a recluse, and it is very hard to get through. Each day, I do my best. I pray, I meditate, I believe that a higher being is watching over me. And these little reminders that I get every single day are what helps me to get through this disease. I wish there was a cure. There are regenerative medicines that are coming out in the next couple of years, hopefully, to help the cochlea and the inner ear and the inner and outer hair cells to regenerate. And this is some of the hope that we have, but I can't put my full expectations on those treatments. I need to focus on my diet. I need to focus on staying in quiet. I need to get assisted help and love and compassion around me, other people who understand. I need to do so many things on a daily basis just to survive. I'm living to survive right now. Before lymphoma, my goal was to find a companion, to find the love of my life, to have children. My sister's one wish is to be an aunt. And for me to not fulfill that for her and for myself and for my nieces and nephews, it really hurts. I want to make my family proud of me. I'm doing my best. I've been doing this alone for 4 years now. A lot of people do have assisted help who even have it mild. So the fact that I've gotten through these 4 years, I give myself a lot of credit. I hope that you've enjoyed this video today. Do not stop fighting if you have this. You are not alone. You are loved. And we can get through this together. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you have a great day. Take care.